(6:15). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Lavani Vijayatunga. First, we take a look at the headlines. The President says it is the right of the youth to go forward professionally by enhancing their abilities. It has been emphasized to create an equal education system. There is a risk of fast spreading of the coronavirus among the children. The Ayurveda hospital is ready for the treatment of corona-infected persons. 82 new Omicron cases recorded from Sri Lanka. And in news overseas, US warns Russian attack would be horrific. Those were the headlines, and now more to the details of the local news. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that it is the right of the young officials to go forward with their professional life while enhancing their talents. He made these remarks while participating in the passing out ceremony of the Air Force officials held at the Air Force camp in Katunayaka. They should work hard to learn lessons through experiences and talents in order to improve their knowledge. The President also appreciated the services rendered by the Air Force when maintaining national security, as well as their services given to the motherland for more than 70 years. He pointed out the value of discipline and honesty of the officials. 153 cadet officers passed out today after completing their training courses under 6 categories. This is the first of the passing out of a considerable number of officials in the history of Air Force. Convener of the Mahajana Yuthakama Centre, Vasantha Alvis, said that equal education rights should be created in order to make one law, one country concept a reality. He made these remarks at a meeting held to obtain public views on One Law, One Country's Presidential Task Force held at the BMICH recently. Accordingly, under the present system, a student can become a doctor at the age of 22 years, and under the other system, a student has a chance to become a doctor at the age of 28. Director of the Lady Ridgeway Hospital, Specialist Dr. P. Vijayasuriya, said that a fast spread of coronavirus among the children is evident at present. There are 50 children receiving treatment at the hospital currently. He said that the hospital has the possibility of providing treatment for children in a very safe manner. This is the news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And we continue with more local news. According to the latest SARS-CoV-2 variant report issued by the Allergy Immunology and Cell Biology Unit of the Department of Immunology and Molecular Biomedicine of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, 82 new cases of Omicron and 6 new cases of Delta were detected from 88 samples. These 88 samples were sequenced from the 4th week of January from the community, said Dr. Chandima Jivendra, Director of the Allergy, Immunology and Cell Biology Unit of the Faculty of Medicine. The 88 Omicron cases include a mix of the 2 Omicron lineages, BA1 and BA2. The Omicron sublineages were detected in the following locations. 30 cases of BA1 were detected in the Colombo Municipal Council, Colombo, NIMH, Casbava and Mathugama. 22 cases of BA1.1 were detected in the Colombo Municipal Council, Colombo, Casbava and Mathugama. 28 cases of B2 were detected in the Colombo Municipal Council and Colombo, and 2 cases of B1.1.5259 were detected in Colombo. The Ayurveda hospital will be prepared for the treatment of COVID patients if the corona pandemic situation surges again. At present, more than 1,500 beds have been allocated for the treatment activities. Commissioner General of Ayurveda, Dhammika Abegunawardana, said that facilities have been made for the corona patients at the Ayurveda hospital for treatment. Minister Kelly Rambukala said that the country should be brought to a better place due to the far-sighted program initiated by the President with the face of the corona pandemic. Priority is given for the vaccination program for the safety and the better health of the public. Due to this reason, the corona death toll and the rate of corona-infected persons could be minimized. He made these remarks at a ceremony held to mark the first-year completion of the vaccination program held at the Ministry of Health. And to conclude the local news, the headlines once again. The President says it is the right of the youth to go forward professionally by enhancing their abilities. It has been emphasized to create an equal education system. There is a risk of fast spreading of the coronavirus among the children. The Ayurveda hospital is ready for the treatment of corona-infected persons. 82 new Omicron cases recorded from Sri Lanka. And that was the local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatma.
The main news story for this evening, the Kalugaloya Reservoir project, which was completed under the Vari Saubhagya National Program, will be vested with the public on the 6th of next month. Permanent solution for the drinking water problem faced by the people of the Ampara district for more than 50 years will be meted out. Meanwhile, the reconstruction work of the 1,400 rural tanks and 5,000 rural tanks and dams have already commenced. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatma.
And in Watchlight this evening, it has been reported that the road from Ambahena Verapitiya across the Mulkirigala Katuwana Karametiaya is in a dilapidated condition. People who are travelling along this road are facing many difficulties. They request the relevant authorities to renovate the road soon. This is for the attention of the Road Development Authority. And that came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
Headlines of the World News. US warns Russian attack would be horrific. One of the city's last Tiananmen Square memorials covered up. Tokyo reports 17,433 corona cases. Those are the headlines, and now we move on to the details of the World News. Top US General Mark Milley has said that a Russian invasion of Ukraine would be horrific and would lead to a significant number of casualties. General Milley described this build-up of 100,000 Russian troops near Ukraine's border as the largest since the Cold War. But US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said conflict could be still avoided through the use of diplomacy. Russia denies plans to invade and says U.S. support for Ukraine is a threat. At a news conference at the Pentagon yesterday, General Milley, U.S. President Joe Biden's most senior military officer, warned that a scale of Russia's force near its border with Ukraine meant an attack would have severe consequences. One of the last public memorials in Hong Kong to those killed in the Tiananmen protests has been covered up. The calligraphy painted on the pavement of the bridge paid tribute to the pro-democracy protesters killed by the Chinese authorities in Beijing in the year 1989. It was covered with metal today by the University of Hong Kong, who called the work routine maintenance. But its removal comes as Beijing is increasingly being cracking down on political dissent in Hong Kong. Hong Kong used to be one of the few places in China that allowed public commemoration of the Tiananmen protests in a highly sensitive topic in the country. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government reported 17,433 new cases of coronavirus today. That's the second highest daily toll after yesterday, and about 1.6 times the figure from a week earlier. The 7-day average stands at 13,781.1, nearly double from the previous week. The capital's occupancy rate for COVID-19 hospital beds was 48%, up 1.2 points from yesterday. And to conclude the world news, the headlines once again. US warns Russian attack would be horrific. One of city's last Tiananmen Square memorials covered up. Tokyo reports 17,433 coronavirus cases. And that was the world news.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
And in development news, State Minister Dr. Nalaka Godaheva says that the first phase of developing 100 cities will be completed by March. Plans have been made to add another 50 cities to the program. According to the Vistas of Prosperity Policy Statement, 4 municipal council areas and 9 national towns will also be developed. And that came to you in the development news.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on to sports news, Minister Manamal Rajapaksa says that necessary grounds will be made to take the Free Championship Ceylon Provincial League football tournament to the level of LPL cricket tournament. The tournament will be held following the health guidelines in the face of the corona pandemic. The tournament will be organised by Sri Lanka Football Tournament. And that came to you in sports news, business news, coming up.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
In business news, the consumers can purchase a kilo of samba at 128 rupees from Sathosa outlets from today. The stocks of imported rice have reached the Colombo port. The Ministry of Trade said that the price of rice will go down in the future with the releasing of rice stocks to the market. A kilo of nadu can be purchased at 105 rupees from Sathosa. That was the business news. Economic news follows.
Business news sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And in economic news, treasury bills valued at 88 billion rupees will be issued. The relevant auction will be held on the 2nd of next month. The central bank said that these bills will be issued maturing on 91, 182 and 364 days. Biddings are being called from primary dealers on government securities. That is economic news and the weather report to conclude.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Weather Report.
And finally, the weather report. The Met Department said that several spells of showers will occur in the northern, north central, eastern and Nuwa provinces and in the Mathale and Nuwara Eliya districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Kalutara, Gaul, Mathara and Ratnapura districts during the evening or night. And before we conclude this bulletin of news, let's get back to the headlines once again. The President says that it is the right of the youth to go forward professionally by enhancing their abilities. It has been emphasized to create an equal education system. It is there is a risk of fast spreading of the coronavirus among the children. The Ayurveda hospital is ready for the treatment of corona-infected persons. 82 new Omicron cases recorded from Sri Lanka. And in news overseas, US warns Russian attack would be horrific. And with that, we conclude this bulletin of news.